Hello, SEO professionals, and welcome back again to this Google Analytics course 2023, which covers everything from basics to advanced. So, if you're a website owner or someone who has an e-commerce website, service-based website, or like SaaS-based website, or an SEO professional, it is important for you to have a sound command on Google Analytics because without knowing the analytics, you will not be able to inform your marketing strategies. In other words, if you don't have any idea of what your visitors really want, how do you or how will you improve your website, or how you can, you know, take further steps to improve your marketing campaigns, to improve the user experience of your website, or I would say if you don't know the data, you will not be able to, make sound decisions. So that's why it is important for you to have a full command on Google Analytics. It is also important for SEO professionals as well because this is the I would say the only thing which you can use to prove your SEO efforts, and which you can use as a source to show your clients the results that you get through your SEO efforts, right? So we have already done some great classes of this course, and if you are watching me for the first time, please make sure to go back and start from the scratch, watching each of the tutorial one by one. Anyway, so for those who are following me from the scratch of this course, today we are going to be, going through the dashboard, and this is part 4, right? In other words, we are going to cover the fourth section of the Google Analytics new dashboard walkthrough. So before we get started, I have a request for you to kindly like and share this tutorial with your peers or friends or whoever you think may need this kind of the content, right? So now let's get started without further ado. All right, guys. So now let's get started exactly from where we left in our previous tutorial. So as you may know, I'm showing the analytics of our agency website. And for you, it looks like a dummy Google Analytics account, right? And as you can see, this is the new dashboard, and we have already covered all these things. So now let's go to the section from where we left yesterday, right? So if you can recall, we were discussing the reports section of the Google Analytics in the previous tutorial. Anyway, let's wait for it to be loaded properly. But again, if you have got any questions, please go to the comment section and ask your question. I will be there to answer any of your question as soon as I get to know your questions. All right, so we have discussed the reports snapshot, real time, acquisition, engagement, monetization, retention, demographics, and technology, right? Anyway, so now there is one thing still remaining in this list, and this is called the library. Now, what is a library? Basically, in the library, Google provides you some predefined templates which you can use as a reporting, like reports. So, for example, this is the this is how the page looks like of the library, right? So now it says all of your collections and reports organized in one place where you can customize them and create more. Collections allow administrators to customize the presentation of reports in left navigation, right? Anyway, so these are some predefined templates which you can use for reports, right? So the first one is called acquisition overview, then user acquisition, first user default, channel group, traffic acquisition, engagement, overview, events, conversions, pages and screens, and so on, right? Now, apart from this, there is one more thing which you can do. You can actually start from the scratch and you can build the report the way you want it should be, right? So the best part is that you can also select like the point here is that there is lots of collections which you can select, right? So these are the collections and these are the reports. So first let's take a look at the this create a new report option to see what you can find out over here. So now it says create overview report, create detail report. So let's create a overview report. All right. So this is how your you know report will look like. So for example, you can give it a title in this when you click on this title, then you can select the date range and then you can save this report. Then you can further customize this and you can add the cards from your analytics. So if I click on add a card, it's probably going to show me some cards from my analytics, right? So as you can see, there are cards from life cycle, right? From search console, from user point of view, right? So you know, there is a number of things which you can do. For example, if I just pick any of them, it's going to be included in our report. And once you have checked marked the desired card, then you simply need to click add the card. So thus your card will be added over here, right? So this is just as you can see, it says we user acquisition first result. This is the card, and if you want to add more, then you just click on this plus icon on the right side of the screen if you want to add some other cards as well. And after that, you can simply save this report as well, right? As you can see, it says as a new report, and you provide it a name and the description as well. Once done, then you simply need to click save. All right, so we have created a report, like a new report from the scratch, and which is this one, right? But like I said, there are some predefined reports, templates for the reports available to you, so you can use any of them as per your requirement. Then you see the collections. So what are the collections? So if you hover the cursor on this question mark, it shows you what a collection is. Basically, Google says a collection is a set of reports. You can create your own collections, lifecycle, and users are predefined collections that appear in the report navigation by default, right? So once you come to this place, you simply click on this plus icon to create a new collection, right? And we are not going to, discuss this thing further because it is pretty easy. So this is something which you can use as part of your analytics reporting, right? Anyway, so now let's move on and explore some other things as well, like the exploration, advertising, like configuration, right? So let's first click on exploration and to see what we can find out over there. Anyway, basically, in the exploration section, Google provides you some predefined templates, right? And this is again like, for example, you can use just to visualize the data of your um, Google Analytics, right? So I would say it is just like it is it's like the reporting section, okay? So for example, there are a few things like freeform, funnel exploration, path exploration, right? And segment overlays, user explorer, right? Cohort explorer. So there are pretty much big number of things or templates that are being provided by Google, right? So the purpose of this exploration tab is just so that you can visualize the data of your Google Analytics. So like I said, you can select any of these template as well, or you can use this blank plus icon to start everything from the scratch, right? So first let's start with a blank template to see how we can build our exploration like funnels, so on. So for example, you can exactly select, for example, you want to know how many people enter in my website homepage, how many people visited the blog section, and how many people you know converted into leads, and how many of them converted into conversion, right? Now, uh, to say it is just like easy, but it takes some time and knowledge as well. So the point here is that you should not consider this as easy, because it needs proper knowledge of how you should or how you can explore the data, right? The first thing you need to do is to give it a name, right? So for example, in my case, it should be funnel. Okay, then you can select the like date range. Okay, so apart from this, you can then select the segments, the dimensions, the metrics. Okay, then you can change other settings as well, like the visualization. How do you want it? Do you like table? Do you like donut chart? Do you like line chart? Or do you want scattered plot, right? So let's select the scattered plot is our visualization. Then let's add some segments, create a custom segment, right? So I would say to save and apply and add this as an. So anyway, when you click on this plus icon, you will be able to select any of the template as well. And this is how you can create a table from the scratch. Or like I say, if you want to save time and if you are just new to the Google Analytics, then you should definitely select some templates, right? So you can select the templates from this plus icon, or just going back and selecting any of the template uh, to use for your visualization. Okay, so if I click on this funnel exploration, then it's going to pop up and extract the data from the Google Analytics and will show me the visualization of my data in the Google Analytics. Okay, so sometimes nothing is being shown over here just because the Google Analytics does not have much data to play with. Okay, so now this is a visualization of, for example, how many people, what is the abandonment rate, what is the so there are a few things. Okay, for example, these are the steps. Again, for example, first open visit, then the organic visitors, then the session start, then screen page view, and then finally purchase. Okay, so in my case, no one has even reached to the purchase section because we do not sell anything like products. We provide services based. Anyway, so if we scroll down, I just wanted to show you some interesting things over here, but the problem is that um, this analytics has not yet uh, collected too much data, right? So that's why most of the fields looks like a blank fields. So that's why. But when you explore these things, and I'm sure you may already have some kind of data, and then you will be able to see all the states and details as well. But of course, we will go in the tutorials and discuss these things one by one, as this is just a walkthrough, right? So now let's go back and see what we can find out further. Okay. So apart from exploration, we also see the advertising section. This is where the insights of your PPC campaigns will be appearing. Okay. Now, in my case, we are not running any PPC campaigns, but I would try to show you some insights from a real account. Okay. So let me just switch back to that account. All right, guys. So when you click on the advertising section, and if you have active campaigns, then this is how the insights of your um, campaigns will be appearing over here. Okay. So these are the conversion paths, right? And these are the conversions by default channel grouping. And it says your insights will appear here or soon. Uh, but in the meantime, you can create a new column insights to monitor your most important metrics as well. So this was the advertising snapshot. Then under the performance, you can see all channels, right? So as you can see, conversions by default channel group over time, conversions by default channel group, okay? Then if you just scroll down, you can see the channels like paid search and organic, okay? Then you see the ads cost, the conversions, right? And the total revenue if you have associated revenue to your conversions and events, and return on ad spend, okay? So then under the attribution, there are two things like the conversion paths and model comparison. So now let's explore them one by one before ending the tutorial. Anyway, so we're just waiting for it because today uh, my internet seems to be working properly. Okay, so this is model comparison attribution model, and it's a little bit advanced, but with the passage of some time, it will be easy for you to understand everything. Now let's quickly go to the conversion parts as well. And like I said, we are going to cover each of them one by one in detail as well, as this is just a walkthrough. All right, so this is how the conversion paths will looks like. So because, for example, the paid search, direct, then paid search, mid touch point. Basically, it just shows you the touch point of the uh, customers or visitors of your website from seeing your to coming to your website and finally converting into the conversions. All right, guys. So like I said, Google Analytics is very important for you to understand, and we have already covered pretty much things. And in the next tutorials, we are going to be covering some other things as well, like the configuration. It is a very important thing because this is where you can set up the events, this is where you can set up the conversions, and this is where you can connect the Google Search Console. You can connect your Google Ads account with your Google Analytics account. So this is what we are exactly going to cover in our next tutorial. So thanks for watching and stay tuned till the time my next video is uploaded to the channel. And again, if you have got any questions, please go to the comment section and drop me your questions. I will be there to answer any of your questions. So